Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, I didn't intend to make this film. I didn't have this in mind. I really didn't want to make it even on another level. I felt like, okay, my days as a war correspondent are behind me. And because I'd been a print and photojournalist in Ukraine in 2014 and 2015, when when the conflict began, I have good friends over there. I have uh, colleagues, people I care about, and when the full-scale invasion happened, it was personal. I'm talking with people who I know, who I've, been close to, telling me there's tanks in the street, that, the building's been hit. And so I felt a sense of obligation, necessity to be there. It felt like the most important thing happening. Like I couldn't not go. But my idea was, well, I'm going to go, and that's the important thing. And then I'll see. And that's how I've always gone about things is I feel a pull in a certain direction, I follow it, and from that place, I see something else, and I see something else, and I see something else. But to get to the essential moment that you're speaking to, when I met Pablo and we had that first interview, I knew that I could not escape making this film, that it was a necessity. And that's the kind of certainty that you have to do something like this. You have to be 100% certain because you can't squirm out of it. It takes so much energy, so much concentration, years of your life that you just dedicate. And I can say I just signed away those years of my life, in that moment.
Yeah, absolutely. You that comes away through through the documentary. You see the passion in it through um some of the weaving that's done with not just Pavlo, but like other Ukrainians. There's this scene where this Ukrainian woman is taking you or taking the filmmakers through, or the audience really, through the town, that she lives in, and her house is gone, right? And she kind of breaks down in a moment, walking in, and it's she really, I think she says the window is gone, and that really makes her break down, that she sees like everything, all these tangible things are really gone because someone decided to do this. It was not, it was not like in the story of the Japanese man, where like that nature did that, right? This was a human element. And I think you kind of weave that through some of these stories where it was like, this is man-made, this is nature doing something, and this is a belief system that is pulling people in as well. And so you kind of go through all of those elements that we all go through. Just like I talked about, my mind won't take me away, my body, my soul won't let me leave. The war has my soul, my mind, and my body, and it kind of goes through all of these different people that you meet. Tragedy has taken this from me.
Mm. Yeah, I love that you bring up that distinction. It's really interesting, the difference between nature and mankind. And it's something that feels modern in so many ways. One of the stories that I felt was important to tell was about the Achuar, this hunter-gatherer tribe living deep in the Amazon. They used to be headhunters until fairly recently. And then you have to ask yourself, well, have we left nature? Are we not a part of nature? Have we so completely outstripped its forces that we're some new entity? Or are we an extension of that? Because I know that there's a deeper kind of trauma that often results from a disaster that's human caused rather than if it comes from nature. We take it personally in a certain way. Um, when you look at Mr. Takamatsu, the diver who's looking for his wife, he's not angry at the sea. He says some people can't even look at it anymore, you know. But in fact, you see him diving deeply into the very thing that took his wife from him, the very thing that caused him his greatest suffering, is now the place where he finds his greatest solace. I wouldn't say, and naturally, he's not a man at peace, but I don't know where he would be without that abyss because it's the only thing capable of holding enough mystery for him to still have communion with the spirit of his wife. What else could do that? What do we have in the human world that's capable of offering that?